Yeah, my name is Mike Picanza. I'm head of sales and marketing for PEAK Loudspeakers. PEAK Loudspeakers is a Danish loudspeaker company that has been trading now nearly 30 years. It's very traditional design using natural materials. An approach that is zero compromise. So we do not build product to a price point. We build up to performance. So every element of the loudspeaker, the cabinet, the drive units, the crossover, all of it is designed to give the ultimate natural performance. So this is why you find a lot of our designs are different to many other products available commercially. PEAK is very unique. When you have no price to work towards, you only work with the very highest components, manufacturing, and this has always been the approach and always will be. It is a very heavy loudspeaker for its size, and it's a very valid point because internally the minimum thickness of each wall is 50 millimeters. So we use 4 layers with damping material to dampen all of the resonances, because the cabinet coloration has the biggest impact on ruining the sound you hear. So if you can eliminate all of the cabinet coloration, then you hear the true tone and naturalness coming from the drive units. So of course the cabinet is the starting point. You have to make an incredible cabinet design, and that includes the shape. The shape of the loudspeakers also determines the diffraction, the sound that comes towards your ears, and minimizes the unwanted sound from reflections on the cabinet. So the shape of the loudspeakers, the time alignment, very important, because phase coherence is incredibly important to achieve really natural musical sound. When a musician hits a drum with one drumstick, you sometimes have 4 or 5 drive units to recreate one strike. To get all those drive units to create sound at the same time, to sound like one drumstick, is very, very difficult to make it sound real. So phase coherence, very important to our design. And we focus very much on musical performance, not sonic impression. We don't want to create a loudspeaker that's impressive. We want to create a loudspeaker that does only 2 things. You close your eyes, you hear the musicians playing, and then you feel you are in the same room as those musicians. This is the most important aspect that we try and achieve with every one of them. So everything is designed according to our specification. The tweeters, the HF units are all scan speaker drive units, all custom made for us. In the Sonora Sinfonia and El Diablo, the mid-range and the bass units are audio technology. In the Dragon Legacy, the ultimate expression of a PEAK loudspeaker, all of these drive units are custom made for us by ScanSpeak. So at this level, we have incredible technology. In the bass unit of this model, the voice coil former is made from titanium to keep it very light, very responsive, very stiff. So this is very expensive, very difficult to work with, but it's no compromise. The crossover components we use graphite resistors, very expensive, but they sound incredible. They sound incredible because they sound very natural. That is the most important aspect. We analyze everything. We analyze each drive unit, each crossover component, but with the same goal. Every loudspeaker has to sound like music, like real musicians. Not impressive sound, but musical performance. So the goal is always the same. The analysis of the loudspeakers and the components we use is always the same. The difficulty is having the experience and the knowledge to know what to use and how to use it. And this is where our R&D team, Wilfried Ehrenholz, who is obviously famous for starting up Dyn Audio, he's 50 plus years experience of making loudspeakers. We have Per Christofferson, who is the original founder of PEAK, makes incredible cabinets. And then we work with a very good consultant, Karl-Heinz Fink. And between the three of them, you have over 100 years of loudspeaker experience, all put into each loudspeaker. So this is a company that may have been only trading for 30 years, but the product we make has the kind of integrity and experience that is way past 100 years of loudspeaker experience. The new product we have here is the El Diablo in the carbon midnight black finish. So PEAK loudspeakers have traditionally been only offered in walnut and Venge finishes, solid hardwood finishes that look incredible, very traditional. One of the things that we wanted to do, expand the offering to a wider audience who wanted a design that was a little bit more contemporary, a little bit more modern. So we have experimented with new finish. So the El Diablo we have here is the worldwide launch for the carbon midnight black El Diablo. So that is a world first for Hong Kong, for Richcon, and for PEAK. So this is a significant product launch for us here at the show. The future is interesting. We have now a position where all of the loudspeakers we make have been developed and are quite new. So really the age of Sonora, Sinfonia, El Diablo, and Dragon Legacy, they're only 2 years old because PEAK changed ownership 3 years ago. And the new owners, Wilfried Ehrenholz and Leonard Asborn, who is the CEO, who runs the factory, when they bought the company from Per Christofferson, the original owner, they developed completely new loudspeakers. So we currently have a product lineup that is very fresh, but we are always working in the background to make better products. I cannot divulge what we're doing, but we are always working to discover new ways of making even better sounding loudspeakers that we currently make. And that is quite a challenge because the standard we have is already incredible. So this is the foot arrangement that we use on all our product. And what is very good about it is instead of using a traditional pointy spike, which we feel has more problems than positives because it transmits vibration into the loudspeaker as much as channeling it out, this is a different design. We actually decouple so this is decoupled with two rubber rings, and then on the inside we have a ceramic ball bearing. And we use ceramic because it actually sounds much better than a stainless steel. It's much more expensive, but the contact patch for this inside here is the same as a point spike, but it sounds much more consistent. So this is how you adjust the foot. This is the top cap. So you adjust the foot in the bar, then it's decoupled, and then you finalize the arrangement, and it gives a very, very consistent finish. So all of the benefits of a spike, but without the problems, and you can use this on any floor surface, on carpet, on hard, on ceramic, and it gives the same very, very consistent performance. So that is the foot arrangement we use on all of our loudspeakers. Are very expensive to machine and to finish. So on the inside, this is an example. This is a graphite resistor that is used very specifically for its sonic benefits. This component alone is about 50 euros. Now 50 euros doesn't sound like much, but when you think of all of the components used in a crossover, the crossover would cost us maybe 600-700 euros per crossover. Times by each loudspeaker, that's over 1,000 euros for the crossover components. Most loudspeakers out there, their entire crossovers cost 100 euros. So these components are very, very high quality, all chosen for very specific sonic performance. Again, everything is listened to individually. So this is thinned copper graphite. So these are just examples of resistors. The connectors on the back, these are Argento, and they're a composite design because actually composite means that you don't have any energy transfer into the loudspeaker. Because if you use metal, cheap metal, which a lot of people use, then they resonate, but these don't resonate. So these are very, very high quality, and you can use banana plug on the inside, or you use this for spade. So this is actually the connector that we use, and then we screw this, and it allows you to use spade connection and banana connection as well. So these don't look maybe as fancy, as luxurious as gold and all these, but actually they sound so much better. And it is the detail of each element across the entire loudspeaker that creates the performance. So getting rid of microphonic effect and vibration is really critical. One of the aspects of the crossover is these components can resonate. We put the entire crossover in a chamber filled with sand. So the whole crossover is in a dead chamber with sand. This is why the cabinets are also very heavy, because the sand takes away heat and it drastically reduces the vibration. So when the drive-ins are playing, creating vibration, the crossover is very, very stable. Microphonic effect of these components is very negative to the sound. So it's not just the components you use, it's how you use them that is also very critical in creating the performance, the clarity, the naturalness of the PEAK loudspeakers. So that is a little bit more of the detail of what goes inside.